Alright guys, this is Yan. So I figure I'll respond to some of the comments that was left for me. So let's do that. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Okay. So here's some comments. Mark Del Rio says, Sotian, so have you played Yuga Gotoku Kenzan or not? The answer to this question is yes, I have played Kenzan, and I did beat it. Long time ago though. I played it on PlayStation 3. No, Kenzan Ishin. Yeah, Kenzan. Yeah, I did play it, and I liked it. It was a very good game. Another comment. It says, looking at the Logan Paul situation about 2 weeks ago just makes me think they should have replaced the model of the YouTube with Logan Paul's face in his sub-story just for the laugh. So some people asking me about the Logan Paul and what I thought about it. So if you don't know about this, basically Logan Paul is one of like the worldly famous YouTuber. He has, I mean, like I guess he's like a top 20 tier. Like he's like one of the top 20 YouTubers as far as subscribers goes, I think. And he took a trip to Japan with his friends or whatever, and he was taking tour. He was going different places, doing many different things, and he happened to go to a place where it's really famous for people to commit suicide. They call it Jukai. So when he was taking tour there, they happened to found a dead body there, and I guess he filmed it and he uploaded on the YouTube, and that caused the controversy about his attitude, and you know, he shouldn't be doing that, posting body of dead people, you know, pay respect to the person's family and so forth. So a lot of people went against that, and he almost got his channel taken away or something. But I guess the punishment he got from YouTube was to terminate an exclusive contract for the ads he had on YouTube. So he still have his YouTube channel, but he just, I guess he lost the special ad placement for his videos. So that's what happened. As far as my thought about it, I mean, he should have paid respect to the person who was dead, obviously. You know, if that was one of my family, I'd feel mocked, and I'd feel very upset for showing one of my family members' dead body to the whole world, you know, have access to see that. What I don't understand is, because that happened overseas, like, he cannot really get in trouble, I guess. I mean, the punishment he got was taking away the special ad thing from YouTube, and nothing to the family that was humiliated and other things. And so I don't know. I think taking away his YouTube channel could be too much for him. I don't even know what Logan Paul does. I have never seen his video. I don't know if he's a YouTuber or if he was like a famous TV star that came to YouTube, whatever. I don't know what his main source of income is. But if he's living off of YouTube, then we shouldn't take away the privilege for him to make videos on YouTube. But he should have got a little bit more punishment than just taking away from the privilege ads program. And at least Japanese thinking, he should directly go to the family and apologize to him, to the family or whatever. But it's just his punishment he got was not enough, I think. Alright, enough of that. It says, that scene with Majima and a bomb are just best in the whole series. I actually want to see something more comedic from Yuga Gotoku Studio, because they really had a good sense of humor. Where he's cutting the wires, I think, from the bomb with one of his guy. I think this comment actually brings up some of the topic I wanted to discuss. So depending on cultures we live in, it's so hard sometimes to understand different humors. When I first came to America, honestly, I didn't find any of the comedy funny at all. Like I didn't even understand English when I first came here to America. And I was watching Seinfeld, I was watching Simpsons, I was watching Jerry Springer's. Okay, all these different shows, and gradually I started to understand English, and I didn't find any of it funny at all. Nothing. Or like the jokes they say, like knock knock, who's there, whatever, or mama jokes, or like even stand-up comedies like I don't know, some black comedians do stand-up comedies, right? Like David Chappelle, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, sure, Chris Farley. Okay, like those movies, like Waterboy, Wedding Singers. Nothing funny to me. Nothing was funny to me. Okay, but as I understand the culture of America and how things runs here, like it started to click on me, and it did eventually became funny to me. Now I watch Simpsons or Jerry Springer's, or Jerry Springer's not really a comedy show, but still it's funny. Other things. So Zloy Dedulia, it's funny that he thinks the bomb scene is funny, because it's I think it's leaning more towards Japanese comedic thing, right? So I don't know if Yakuza studio really bring up more of like a comedic scene in the game, if that would really translate well to American culture. Another thing, like end of last year, if you guys know Downtown, it's a comedic group in Japan, really famous. They've been in business for like maybe close to 30 years. But anyways, every year they do this special TV program where five of them, Downtown and like some of their friends, get together and they go through different situations, like American police or like a special force or whatever. So they pretend to be one of those members, and they go through different trials and errors and try to not laugh. And if they laugh, they get punished. If you Google, if you look it up on YouTube, you can find a lot of clips on it. Maybe they have a full version. But last year's series was based on American police, and one of the comedian guy painted his face black, tried to pretend to be Eddie Murphy, like a Beverly Hills Cop costume. Okay, and I was talking to American person. It's actually my brother's wife. She's American, but she was saying it's terrible, and it's kind of forbidden in America to do that. To paint their face black and try to pretend like African American and do comedy or whatever. But in Japan we don't really have like base culture of racism or different people from another country. Living in America, you get to interact with different types of people, like Mexicans, Asians, African Americans, Europeans, many different things. But in Japan, mainly they're all Japanese, so we're not sensitive to racism. Okay, even their singer group called Channels, that they painted their face black and they're singing like R&B, and that they became really popular in Japan, and no one really cared, you know. Now I look back, now I think about it, it's kind of odd because I'm like so immersed in American culture, but back in the days, no one cared. So last year when in Downtown's TV, they painted their face black and tried to pretend Eddie Murphy, that brought up a lot of controversy. I don't know if it's complaining, but a lot of people are complaining that, you know, they're mocking African American culture. They shouldn't be painting their face black to pretend like Eddie Murphy and whatnot. I'm kind of sad about this. I respect, you know, some people's opinion about we shouldn't pretend to be African American, but the whole purpose of the scene was not to make fun of African American. It was more of trying to be a Eddie Murphy. Okay? It has nothing to do with different race, just Eddie Murphy. So it was just funny that the Japanese guy was trying to be Eddie Murphy. That was it. So I understand if Eddie Murphy comes there and it's like, you know what, you're making fun of me, so please stop or take down the video or whatever. That would make sense. But what I don't understand is people who has nothing to do with it will come and complain, saying, okay, you're mocking African American and whatnot. It just doesn't make sense. And another perspective is I mean, everything is international now. Everything. 20 years ago, no internet. Maybe there's some internet, but it wasn't the major. So no one would know what's been going on in Japan unless they're there. You know, the TV shows they're showing in Japan, they're not really a way for people living in America to know what it is. But now there's YouTube, so right after TV goes on the air, you know, someone will upload it on YouTube, and everybody in the world will get to see it. And of course, African American people will have access to that clip as well, and they get offended and whatnot. So it's just that now, whenever they make video, they have to consider not only Japanese people, but internationally to see, okay, this might offend this people, this might offend this people. So it's just so frustrating that, you know, whole, I guess, thing is like getting strict about everything. Just everything is so strict. You know, we're becoming nosy people all over the world. It's just so dumb. I don't know. All right, it says, I am on a horse. Okay. The game, in my opinion, is a disappointment, but it's far from bad game. Is he talking about 2? The game had some problems here and there, like they cut out some sub-stories and some story cutscenes from the original game, which really made me go, what the hell? Yakuza 2 had 116 sub-stories, 112 you had to do in order to fight Ammon, and 4 optional minigame sub-stories, which were kind of pain in the ass to do. But Kiwami 2 only had 67 sub-stories. Oh, I didn't know that. They also removed the Shinseicho district. Ah, that's the one I read on the internet. Okay. Which was based on Shinsekai, which I didn't like because I like the Tsutenkaku Tower. I don't know. And it also feels weird that we have to find Keima in Sotenbori in Kiwami 2. But Keima is the Kaoru's father's friend who escaped, right? See why they didn't include it. Some of the new VA's voiceover artists, in my opinion, don't fit some of the characters. Worst of all, Takashima looked young in Yakuza 2 and sounded young and manipulative. But new face, holy moly, that's long. Okay, so this guy doesn't like Kiwami 2 because it's missing some of the side stories. Okay, I have no idea about the original one, but if they're missing some of those stories, I guess it's worth playing PlayStation 2 version. But I said it's kind of hard to go back and play the old graphic game. Okay, so I'm not gonna play it, but if I ever have a chance, I guess I would go back and play. I don't know. Okay, so here's some conversation going on. All right. Johnny Blaze 3131 says Yakuza 6 was a disappointment and an insult to the series, where I feel like Yakuza 012 stood out from the rest of the being everything people love about the series. I am not saying 345 was bad, they just didn't satisfy me or hook me into the series like 012 did. I agree. A lot of people in Japan, I guess, they're like the forum, says Yakuza should have, you know, ended at series 2. I kind of agree. It was a really good ending. I think they wanted to just milk more money out of the series 3, 4, 5, and 6. But I'm kind of glad they ended the Kiryu's you know, story and finally starting a new character. I think it's smart. I mean, I'm glad. I like Yakuza game. Okay, so I didn't want them to really finish from Yakuza 6. So I'm glad that they're still keeping a series, but they're adding new characters and you know, continuing the game, which is a really good idea. They should do that with other series, like I don't know, Resident Evil, for example. Okay, they're like tied to their original characters, like Chris, and so forth. Oh, actually, no. Resident Evil 7 did have a new character, so that's good. It's always good. You know, they should always consider not ending the series, but you know, try to add new characters as a main protagonist and continue the series. So I'm kind of looking forward to the new version that's coming next year, I think. It says Mex, I was kind of hoping you'd upload old Persona 5 playthrough here, everything eventually, but I know that's not gonna happen. Yeah, the YouTube is really strict about Persona for some reason. I don't know. I mean, some people do upload it on YouTube, but I have only seen the English version going up there. I only have Japanese version, and I did play it on Twitch when it came out. But I lost all the clips now. I don't have it. It's gone forever, so there's no way I can upload it now. Okay, Matthew Makulvar. Sorry. Shibuya 428 looks interesting. We call games or stuff like that visual novels in the West. Ah, yeah. I didn't mention about this. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit to just show you guys what this game is about. I love this kind of a game, and it's sad that it doesn't really sell well, I guess, because it really, like, not everybody loves this kind of game, okay? It's not FPS, it's not Call of Duty, it's not Battlefront or Battlefield type of game. It's a reading a book type of game with few selections you can make. But I personally love games like this, and if you ever give a chance, I mean, packaging is bad, okay? It doesn't really attract people. It's like a yellow package with like some of the characters' face on it. It looks dumb. But if you give a chance and if you actually sit down and play it for like 30 minutes, maybe not 30 minutes, hour, okay, you'll get hooked into the story and you want to know what happened to the rest of the story. I'm hoping they don't bring it in a full price, like $60, since it's like 10-year-old game. I hope they'll bring it here for like $30, so more chance for people to really pick it up and play it. You definitely should play this. A lot of tips they have in the game. When I say tips, like so you keep reading, right? And there's some like the wording that you can go to learn more in details. In the game they call it tips. So if you want to know more about Japanese culture, even though it's 10 years old, I think you'd still enjoy it. And the girl in the game is really cute, and there's many mysteries. You have to progress the story to kind of know what's going on or stuff. Really good. You should definitely play it. Okay, so Z, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know, man. It's too repetitive, and ragdoll effect needs to be worked on. Ragdoll, I don't know. Same goes to the finishing animation camera. Yakuza 0 has ruined the previous games for me. Really? You're the first person that said that. Huh. 0 had so much content. Huh? Wait. Yakuza 0 has ruined the previous games for me. Ah, okay, because it was so good, right? 0 had so much content, combo moves, style, and even more finishers, and maybe even weapons. 0 is without a doubt the best one. Ah, okay, I agree. I'm just hoping they focus on combat and quantity instead of using old animations, models, and moves from the previous titles. Yakuza is starting to feel like Assassin's Creed syndrome. Ah, I see. Well, you know, I kind of agree with you, I guess. But let's wait till the... not the... Yuga Gotoku Kenzan? No, not Kenzan. Hokuto ga Gotoku. But the one after that, with the new protagonist. We're hoping something new would happen to that. So we'll see. Daniel, man, that was actually a rather well done union of sorts. I was a bit worried that they would screw up the ending of Yakuza 0 by having Majima and Makoto just conveniently run into one another in this side story. But to my great surprise, they did a really good job with it. It was rather touching to watch that scene play out. Yeah, I agree. That was well done. Really good. They added more meaning to it. So. Okay, Brat. Salty game, you should play Shin Ryuga Gotoku, the characters Kasuke Ichiban, and Hokuto ga Goto characters Kenshin from Fist of the North Star, who says, "Omae wa mou shindiru." For some reason, people around me like to say this word. I think it's cool. The indirect translation means you're already dead. Okay. Omae wa mou shindiru. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm planning to play it, so we'll play that. John Brown, why the fuck would you use cheap weapon on the last boss? I don't know. I'm cheapskate. Gamerholic channel. Okay, thank you for playing through QM2 with your English translation of Japanese. No problem, no problem. Okay. Oh, this guy has 2 comments. Let's read this one. Raymond Burmia. Man, Yan, I have seen Yakuza 5 a lot of stories, and you get to play multiple characters in these stories. Kiryu, Saejima, Haruka, Akiyama, and former baseball player whose life was turned upside down because he was involved in a baseball game fixing scandal. The former players was named Tatsuo Shinada. This baseball scandal was based back in the 70s when players were caught red-handed and making deals involving Yakuza called the Black Mist Scandal, betting on and fixing games. Alright. Cool. Seems like a lot of people are really excited about the Fist of the North Star version of Yakuza. Yeah, I'll play that for sure, guys. Okay, cool. DC2 Mega Boost. I remember it was the original game you used to be able to go into Popo and look at the magazines. I wonder why they stopped that. Probably licensing, I think. I guess. Rose Burning Edge PlayStation. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Great review. Cool, thank you. I'll have to look more. You mentioned it. Yeah, Richard Dean, man. This guy is a golden. He's been donating a lot of those to my channel so I can play more Yakuza games. Thank you, Richard. Have to mention his name here. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Dominique Mallinson, they should re-add the style system. You guys really like that, huh? I personally didn't really dig it. It was too confusing and too much for me to handle, I guess. I don't care about the fighting style too much in a game. I dig the story more, so maybe that's why I don't really care much. But it seems like a lot of people complaining about the fighting system was better in Zero compared to all the other games. Okay. That's what I love most about Zero and Kiwami, that he had styles. Okay. Wow. Frank Keskik. 6 is really early stage for the Dragon Engine, reason why some sports of Kamurocho series blocked spots. Of the content missing, Nagoshi said that in the second or third game, the Dragon Engine will be complete, so in Kiwami 2, the engine's complete. I can't wait for 6, regardless of the game's shortcomings. I'm gonna enjoy the hell of it. This guy says, then why do you think Yakuza Kiwami 2 is not 60 frames per second? There's a little controversy going on there. Holy cow, that's a lot of replies. Jeez. Alright. Yeah. I hate it when like they rush and not complete the engine, but they still want to make a game and try to make more money. But I guess they need funding to finish the engine, so I mean, I'm more than happy to support the developers. But yeah. Okay, Kumi Lu. Maybe they need to start a new character with current era background. Try to create more modern Yakuza and make the environment more shiny. Maybe like neon lights? With new technology, robot. One of the main reasons I play Yakuza because of Japan environment. I like to see more different cities and sight. I see. Well, she's talking about Kiwami too, right? Well, that's based on, I don't know, like 2000, right? Like almost 20 years ago. So maybe that's why. Yakuza 6 was based on recent era, I think. But I don't know why she says robot. She wants robot? Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, the Yakuza team made game based on like AI robots. I forgot the name, but yeah, they have that game. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. They have tons of robots. Xavier Peterson. You're such an underrated YouTuber. Oh, thank you. I love you, then. Man, keep it up. Believe it or not, I've been down a few times and your video cheer me up. Keep working hard. I believe in you. Sorry, I haven't really uploaded video. Oh, crap. People like this really encourage me. Thank you. Okay. Obatarian looking young as fuck means Kuze can't still come back and fight. Kuze. Oh my gosh. Kuze? No! No Kuze. Yeah, oh, okay, cool. Let's read this one. That was short. Yeah, I agree with you and others. Then Yakuza 2 has the best story. But ever since Yakuza 0, that shit is unbeatable. You can't really see Kiryu and Majima ain't really that strong. Compare now, story-wise, they ain't strong. I ain't talking about MDS or DOD in level 99. I don't know what the heck is MDS. For example, I wanna blocking Kiryu's hard punch. And in my opinion, I like Kiryu's appearance in the Zero Kiwami 1 engine. Yakuza 7 better present Ichiban finding out Kiryu two-packing himself. What? What? Ichiban finding out Kiryu two-packing himself. I have no idea what he's talking about. And Kiryu now living with Kaoru, and I want Joe Amon to realize he failing killing Kiryu because fate kills Kiryu. Huh. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Citra does an internet. It says, a great example of Japanese humor thing is the Haruka Comedy Club minigame in Yakuza 5. I don't know, never played that far. Isiren Suharto. I'm legit pre-peed that I wasn't notified that you're done the playthrough of this game. I have completed the game before the start of that year and kind of understand the storyline with my limited Japanese, but watching your video will help me fully understand it. Thank you again for uploading these videos. No problem. No problem. Okay, read his. Okay. Oh god, this music is absolutely garbage. They ruined this scene by not having Crazy come back. Yeah, a lot of people talked about that. It's one of the ending songs, right? Because so many people mentioned about this, I actually Googled his song and listened to it. And it does fit the scene, and I think it's cool. Again, it has to be a licensing problem. I think they have to pay more money to Crazy Kim Band to put it in the game, and they probably didn't. And I haven't really seen his name in chart, so I don't know if he's that famous right now or not. I know he sings good songs. But like right now, all the singers that's on the chart is like AKB48. I don't even know if they're still famous or their sister group and Johnny's and Exile. A lot of good singers are not really hitting a chart. Sad story, but yeah, people are not really receiving the value, money they deserve. The good singers. Alright, M. Janet. I was looking away from the screen when 2542 happened. The sound fucking scared me. What is he talking about? 35? Oh, this is Yakuza 6. I don't know. Gloria Mpaka. Hi, I got a question. So I finished the main story on easy and I wanted to play again with my save data on normal. So I clicked at the option where legend was unlocked. So I clicked on it to start the story, but all my photos and my money that I saved up are gone, so it looks like I have to play all over again. Do you know what I did wrong? I hope you see this. I think money shouldn't be gone. You probably did something wrong. I don't know. It's hard to tell without really looking at the screen. If you're a streamer, maybe I guess I can help you. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, and stop interrupting my sleep. Sorry. I had to. Alright. Salty and new Yakuza game sequel of Yakuza 6. But this time there's no Kiryu. A new character is introduced named Ichiban Kasuga. It's introduced. It's a weird name. Ichiban Kasuga? Ichiban's like number one. Number one Kasuga. I don't know, it's interesting name. Weird. Shelly Lajura sounds peachy while trying to explain the story of Momotaro. Yeah. It's weird. So many games coming on. I'll just get Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 if we get a release date for it. I think there's already release date for Yakuza 6. I don't know exactly when, but it's coming. Alright, yeah, that's good. So finally I had a chance to you know, respond, I guess, to the comments. I'm glad I was able to. Keep it coming, and yeah, I'll catch up. I do read these comments, so yeah, keep it up and leave me more comments. I love them. So talk to you guys later. Peace.